My name's Tristan Fung. I'm a professional Wing Chun Kung Fu instructor based in Sydney CBD.
So, how much do you know about the Boxer Rebellion? Like, what starts it?
What starts a Boxer Rebellion is a period of turmoil in China from the 1800s, in which the Chinese endured a number of wars. As a result of these wars, Chinese people were quite impoverished. There are many imperial forces that entered China and took advantage of the fact that China was weakened. Their army defeated by the Japanese and their naval ships completely decimated.
So there's quite a lot going on. There's a lot of different factors feeding into it.
There are many factors feeding into it, but mainly just the feeling among Chinese people that they were being treated as second-class citizens. They feared that their culture and their way of life was being taken away from them. Many of the temples, say Buddhist temples, were destroyed and churches were put up in their place.
Since at least the 10th century, there had been a tradition in rural regions of China of martial arts societies. Except now, they had an enemy who they felt was looting their very culture.
How did they get the name Boxers?
The imperialist forces, particularly the British, had not ever seen martial arts. And so they likened the practice of martial arts to boxing. There was no term for martial arts or even kung fu, which is why they called them boxers. The main club that the Boxer Rebellion became named after was the iview. They were quite an unusual club. They practiced spiritual possession. It involved various rituals, sword spinning, chanting, which they believed would equip their practitioners with spiritual powers that would protect them in battle, invulnerability to bullets and weapons.
And in the end, did it work?
Unfortunately, it did not. When they've clashed, they were completely wiped out. Their spiritual powers did not serve to protect them.
How does history look back on that moment?
So history looks back on that moment as being a time when people were motivated by a sense of survival and nationalism to drive out invading imperialist forces. So it was a moment of real nationalism among the Chinese people to want to protect their country and their fellow people. When I look back on that moment of history, I can definitely relate to the sentiment of the Chinese people at the time. I mean, for example, if a foreign nation was to invade Australia, I would call upon all the skills that I had to resist them, to protect my people and to protect my country.